Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. When we first thought about this webinar, we realized there's something all of us experience every single day without even noticing it. The way we scroll, swipe, click, and decide almost instantly whether something deserves our attention or not. Whether it's an Instagram post, a YouTube ad, or even just a message notification, our brain acts fast. And that's exactly what today is about, mastering the art of making people stop and stay all in just a few seconds. The 5-second rule isn't just a fun name for this webinar, it's actually a real survival skill in today's digital world. It's the difference between an ad that gets ignored and an ad that gets someone to say, "Wait, what's this? I want to see more." Our job today is to show you exactly how to create content so powerful, so interesting, and so clear that you win your audience's heart even before they think of scrolling past you. It sounds tricky, but trust us, it's much simple once you understand the magic behind it. Now, don't worry, you don't need a marketing wizard or a professional copywriter to get this right. That's the beauty of the 5-second rule. It's based on a very basic human instinct, curiosity, excitement, and feeling connected. If you know how to tell a simple story or show something surprising or make someone smile in just a moment, you already have the first tools you need to hook your audience. We'll teach you how to sharpen these instincts into powerful marketing strategies. And let's be honest, in today's world where everyone is bombarded with hundreds of ads and posts every single day, grabbing someone's attention has become a bit like trying to get a cat to look at you when you're calling it. Not so easy, right? But with the right moves, a little surprise, a little sparkle, even with the busiest, most distracted audience will stop and look. That's the magic we're going to unlock for you during the session.
Thank you, Anurima. And yes, this is going to be a super exciting ride. So before we jump into all the techniques and examples, I want you all to take a second and think about your own behavior. Think about the last time you were scrolling through Instagram or watching videos on YouTube. How quickly did you decide, no, I am not interested? Or hey, what's this? Without even realizing you made a decision. That's how fast and automatic our brains have become at filtering through content. That's why mastering the first 5 seconds is not just important, it's absolutely necessary if you want your brand, your ad, or even your personal content to stand out. The digital world is noisy. It's like being in a giant party where everyone's shouting, waving, and trying to get your attention. So, how did you make sure your voice rises above the noise? That's what we're going to figure out together. And trust me, once you get it, it will feel like you've discovered a secret superpower. Throughout this session, we are going to break everything down into bit-sized, easy-to-grab pieces. No jargon, no complicated charts, just real-world examples, fun explanations, and super practical tips that you can start using immediately. Think of it like learning how to tell a great joke. You don't need to explain the whole story. You just need the perfect punchline. Same with ads and content. The right hook makes all the difference. And remember, this isn't just for big brands or fancy marketing teams. Whether you're a small business owner, a freelancer, a content creator, or just someone curious about digital magic, the 5 second rule belongs to you too. So grab a notebook if you want, settle in, and get ready to change the way you think about content forever. We're about to make scrolling past your work almost impossible.
Now let's get into why these first 5 seconds are such a big deal. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a bustling marketplace. Hundreds of people are trying to sell you something, shouting, waving, showing off their products. You don't have time to stop at every stall, right? You just glance around and move towards the one that catches your eye instantly. Online platforms today are exactly like that market, a crazy, colorful space where you have a split second to grab someone's attention before they move on. That's why if your ad or content doesn't shout, "Hey, look at me," in an interesting way in the first few seconds, you're already forgotten. Think about your own habits. How often have you scrolled past an Instagram post because the image looked boring? How quickly do you skip a YouTube ad if the first frame doesn't interest you? We do it all the time without thinking. And guess what? Our audiences behave the same way. It's not that they don't like you, it's just that their brain is trained to move fast, scanning, choosing, skipping within seconds. Our goal is to make our content like a flashing neon sign that says, "Stop here, you don't want to miss this." And here's the thing, it's not because people are rude or impatient, it's simply how our brains have evolved with technology. Every app, every platform, every scroll trains us to be quick judges. We are constantly filtering information, deciding what's worth our time. If a piece of content doesn't grab our brain's attention instantly, boom, it's out of sight, out of mind. This is why understanding the 5-second rule is like learning a secret handshake for online success. You're working with the human nature, not against it. The best part, once you learn to master these few seconds, you're not just making pretty content, you're creating moments that spark curiosity, excitement, even emotion. You making people pause in their busy day and say, "Oh, wait, what's this?" That little pause is gold. It means your brand, your product, your story just earned a tiny spot in someone's mind. And believe me, in today's crowded world, that tiny spot is worth everything.
Yes. And you know what's crazy? Studies actually show that the average human attention span today is even shorter than a goldfish's. A goldfish can stay focused for 9 seconds. Humans, around 8 seconds. And so in reality, the 5 second rule is even more generous than life. Most people are making the decision way faster than we imagine. That's why crafting an immediate impact is no longer a good to have skill, it's survival. If we don't respect how fast people move online, we lose them. It's like opening a store but leaving the lights off and a door half closed. No one's even going to notice you exist. That's how it works online too. If your video, your post, your ad doesn't light up immediately, people will walk right past. And then the saddest part, they might have loved what you offer if you only had hooked them in the beginning. That's why we keep saying first impressions are everything. Another thing is that first impressions aren't just visual, they're emotional too. Your content needs to feel interesting, feel fresh, feel different right away. People don't just think with their brains, they think with their hearts too. So when you plan your first 5 seconds, don't just ask, does this look good? Also ask, does this make someone feel something? Excitement, curiosity, surprise, even a little confusion can be your best friends if you use them well. And here's the most beautiful part. You don't need expensive tools or big budgets to win the first 5 seconds. Some of the best hooks are simple: a surprising image, a funny question, a bold promise, a sound that grabs your ear. When you learn how to tap into these little triggers, your content becomes magnetic. It pulls people in without forcing them. It's like offering candy to a kid. They don't have to be convinced, they just want it. And that's exactly the magic we're going to teach you to create.
Let's talk about attention span in today's digital world. It's one of those things we all joke about. I can't even focus on a 2 second video anymore. But it's actually a massive deal in marketing. The average person is constantly bombarded with content, ads, memes, reels, notifications, messages, new alerts, all fighting for the same mental space. Our brains can't handle that much input at once, so they've learned to filter. And what gets filtered out first? Anything that doesn't scream worth your time in those first few seconds. Now, attention span doesn't mean people are lazy or uninterested. It just means they're choosing carefully. Think about how fast you swipe on Tinder or how or scroll through Netflix. It's all about quick judgments. Do I like this? Do I want to know more? If the answer is no, you're gone. In content and advertising, this means we have a micro moment, like a window that opens and shuts almost instantly, to show someone why they should stay. Miss that moment and they're on to the next thing. And let's not forget, this isn't just a young person thing. Whether someone is 16 or 60, if they're online, they're used to moving fast. Attention spans don't discriminate. That's why our content, especially our intros, can't afford to be slow. A long build up, boring visuals, too much text, all red flags. We're not saying you can't tell your story, but you need to earn that story time by making people care right away. Think of it like dating. You can't start with your life story. You got to be charming first. Here's something fun to remember: people do pay attention when something clicks. It's not that we can't focus, we just choose what to focus on. So once you've got their attention, the trick is to hold it by continuing to deliver value or emotion or intrigue. That's what makes a great ad or post. Not just how loud it shouts at the beginning, but how well it keeps someone invested after they stop scrolling.
That's so true. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Scientists say we now live in what's called a dopamine economy. Every time we see something cool, interesting, or exciting online, our brain releases a little dopamine hit. That's the chemical that makes us feel good. And it's also what keeps us scrolling for more. Our job as content creators and marketers to deliver that dopamine spark early. If we don't, someone else will in the next post, next video, or in the next story. And what does that mean for your brand? It means that you're not just competing with other businesses, you're competing with cat videos, with viral memes, with someone's vacation reel, with trending music. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. It just means we need to be sharper and more creative with our hooks. The people we are trying to reach aren't just sitting around waiting to be advertised to. They're chasing joy, laughs, curiosity. So we need to give them that feeling immediately. Let's bring it back to basic for a second. Imagine a child watching cartoons. The second the music starts and their favorite character appears, they light up. Why? Because they are hooked. That's exactly what adults are like online too. We're all just big kids in a way. If a reel open with an unexpected fact or a colorful visuals or even a dramatic pause, our brain says, "Oh, what's this?" and leans in. That lean in moment, that's our golden opportunity as marketers. So when we talk about attention span, we are really talking about timing, relevance, and emotional triggers. Not how long people can watch, but how quickly we can earn their interest. And when you understand that attention is something to earn, not just expect, you start creating differently. You stop writing long intros and start thinking like a performer. How do I make them care right now? How do I keep them curious? That's the mindset shift that unlocks the real power of modern content.
All right, so we know attention is limited. Now let's dive into why we stop at certain content when ignoring everything else. The truth is, our brains are wired to react to specific triggers, bright colors, motions, human faces. All of these signal something might be important or interesting. It's survival instinct, believe it or not. Back in the day, noticing fast movement or strong colors could mean danger or opportunity. Today, it just means a viral reel or a meme that catches your eye before anything else. But it's not just about visuals. What really grabs attention is emotion. People pause when they feel something surprise, laughter, or even confusion. Think of the last time you stopped to rewatch a reel. Was it because the quality was good? Probably. But more than that, it made you feel something. That emotional pull is our best friend in content marketing. Whether it's through humor, a touching story, or even a bit of suspense, if you can get someone to feel, you can get them to stay. Another big one is novelty. Basically, anything the brain thinks is new or different. Our minds are curious by nature, so if something stands out as unfamiliar, even just a new angle or a unique way of saying something, we automatically want to know more. That's why starting a video with a bold claim or question can be so powerful. You create an instant gap, what psychologists call the curiosity gap, and the viewer wants to close it. That's where great hooks come in. And let's not underestimate the power of relatability. When people see something that reflects them, their struggles, their dreams, their humor, they connect instantly. That's why user generated content or influencer posts feel more real. It's not perfect lighting or big production, it's human. That's what stops the scroll, not perfection, but connection. And when your brand feels human too, it becomes magnetic in the feed.
So building on that, when we say grab attention, we're not talking about being loud or flashy for the sake of it. We're talking about speaking directly to what matters to someone in that moment. Let's say you're scrolling through Instagram after a long day at work. What will make you stop? Probably something funny, calming, or inspiring. Because that's the mood you're in. That's why timing and context are everything. Great content doesn't just show up. It fits into the viewer's life. And here's where storytelling becomes a secret weapon. Stories are how humans have communicated since forever. When we hear even a hint of a story or what happened next or you won't believe, our brain tunes in automatically. It's not conscious. We can't help it. So if you want attention, tell a micro story. In just a few seconds, tease the beginning of a journey or conflict. It keeps people watching, reading, engaging because now they are emotionally invested. One trick we have seen work time and again: show, don't tell. Don't say product is amazing. Show someone using it and lighting up with joy. Don't say we help small businesses grow. Show the transformation of a real business. Visual storytelling hits different. It's why before and after content works so well. It taps into a desire to see change, to believe in outcomes, to witness something powerful all in seconds. Lastly, remember, grabbing attention is step one, but grabbing the right attention, that's the goal. You don't want everyone, you want the right people to stop scrolling. So, when crafting hooks or visuals, think about your audience's world. What are they thinking about today? What's making them laugh, stress, dream? Meet them there. If your content shows what you get them, their vibe, their pace, their values, you've already won half of the battle.
Let's be real, you've only got 5 seconds. That's it. That's all the time you have before someone scrolls past or skips your ad. So, those first few seconds, they make or break. And that's what we mean by a hook. It's the part what grabs your viewer by the collar and says, wait, don't scroll yet, this is for you. A great hook isn't complicated or fancy, it just connects instantly. Think of it like the headline of a newspaper or the cover of a book. If it's dull, no one opens the next page. The biggest myth we hear is that hooks need to be shocking or super dramatic. No, they just need to speak directly to the person watching. You could start with a question that's already in their head, like still trying to figure out what to post today, or a bold, unexpected statement. This reel got me 10 clients in a week. Both are simple, but they immediately raise curiosity. The key is to make your viewer feel something: surprise, curiosity, recognition in a snap. Now, let's bring in some real life magic. You've probably seen skincare ads start with "Watch this pimple disappear," or food content that begins mid sizzle with cheese melting. That's no accident. These creators start with the payoff, the satisfying moment, the juicy problem, or the weirdly fascinating thing, and then explain. This flip, giving people what they want at the start, works wonders because it earns you the rest of their attention. And don't underestimate the power of pattern disruption. Our brains are trained to scroll, 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 and scroll, and until something different breaks the rhythm. A sudden zoom, an unexpected sound, someone talking directly into the camera, it catches us off guard. And that tiny moment of confusion or interest, that's your hook doing its job. So, if you're creating content, ask yourself, will this make someone pause? If yes, you've nailed it.
Okay, so you've hooked them. Now what? Well, now you've earned the next 5 seconds and then five more. But let's zoom back into that opening moment. Your hook should be tailored to your audience and your platform. What works on YouTube won't work on Instagram, and what stops people on Facebook might be ignored on TikTok. So, understanding your audience's scrolling behavior is key. If you're targeting busy moms, your hook might be: this one trick saved me 2 hours a day. If it's Gen Z, it could be POV. You forgot your assignment and it's due in 5 minutes. Another fun trick is to literally say what's going to happen, especially if it's bold or weird. In the next 15 seconds, I'm going to show you how to make your own logo using toothpaste. Now, it doesn't matter if that's real or parody, it works. People are intrigued. They say they wait for the reveal. You've created anticipation. The more specific you can be, the more your audience wants to know how. It's the opposite of clickbait. It's real bait because you actually deliver. Let's also talk visuals. The hook doesn't have to be words. It can be gesture, an outfit, a color, or a scene. Ever notice how many viral videos start with someone gasping, looking shocked, or doing a little dance? It's not random. These are visual cues that say something exciting is happening here. One time we tested a video where the creator wore a bright pink jacket and peered at the camera. That tiny move doubled the view time. The human brain is a sucker for faces and motion. Finally, your hook should feel native to the platform. Don't use TV commercial tone for a 5 second Instagram reel. Don't use talky transition and stiff voiceovers. Use language your audiences use. Be casual, be sharp, be relevant. Start with, so here's the thing, or you won't believe what I just found. Speak like a friend, not a brand. That's what earns trust. And trust is what turns a store into a stop, a view into a click, and eventually a customer.
We live in a world where people scroll faster than they think. If your visual doesn't pop, it might as well not exist. So, what do we mean when we say visuals that stop the scroll? It's an image, video, color, or movement that interrupts the scroll habit just long enough for someone to say, wait, what's this? And the cool part is, it doesn't have to be expensive or overproduced. It just has to be unexpected. Even a quick hand movement into the camera or a bold background color can do the trick if used smartly. Let's talk color. Ever wondered why fast food chains like McDonald's or Burger King use red and yellow? These colors literally trigger hunger and excitement. When you're choosing visual themes, pick bold, high contrast colors that demand attention. Think neon pink text over a dark blue background, or black and white footage that suddenly bursts into colors. These shifts make the eye stop because they break the scroll routine our brains are so used to. That pause, it's your golden moment. And then there's motion. Our brains are wired to detect movement. It's evolutionary, really. That's why something as simple as a flickering candle, steam rising from a cup, or a quick close up can be super effective. A real example, we once ran a test where one ad had a still image of a product and another showed the same product spinning slowly on a turntable. Guess what? The spinning one had 3 times more engagement. It's the subtle difference that says, hey, look at me. Also, let's not forget about faces. Human faces are powerful visual tools, especially ones showing emotion. A laughing face, a surprised expression, even a confused look draws attention because people want to know what's happening. It's instinct. So instead of showing just a product, try showing someone reacting to the product. That emotional bridge pulls viewers in, makes your content feel alive, and builds a connection faster than any caption can.
Okay, now let's zoom in on another visual hack, framing. What's in the center of your content matters. Yes, but what's on the edges can be just as important. Messy surroundings, cluttered visuals, or blank space without meaning can ruin even the best ideas. Clean visual with a clear focal point help guide the viewer's eye. Try this. Next time you create a reel, watch it on mute. If it still makes sense and looks interesting, you've got a winner. If not, your visual probably needs tightening. Another visual trick we love is starting in the middle of the action. Don't show the setup, show the climax. Like instead of showing someone pouring cake batter into a pan, start with the cake rising in the oven or the final frosting swirl. Why? Because drama hooks. Starting in the middle of something signals this is already exciting. You better keep watching to catch up. And trust me, curiosity is one of the most powerful scroll stoppers out there. Let's also talk about text on screen. We often forget that most people watch with sound off, especially in public. So, if your visuals don't include captions or bold headlines, you're missing out. But here's twist, don't just write what you're saying, use text to tease or exaggerate. For example, imagine a video that starts with a text, the client ghosted me, then begged me back. You instantly want to know the story. The visual tells one part, the text adds the drama. And lastly, think like a viewer. Scroll through your own feed. What makes you pause? Sometimes it's not just the best looking ad, it's the most human. Maybe it's a toddler yelling something random or someone unboxing a package with raw excitement. These little slices of real life often perform better than polished videos because they feel relatable. So, when planning your visuals, ask yourself, is this scroll stopping because it's perfect or because it feels real? Usually, it's the second one that wins.
All right, let's talk about the real hero behind those attention grabbing visuals, the copy. That little sentence or phrase that makes someone pause and go, wait, what? It's the digital equivalent of tapping someone on the shoulder and whispering something so juicy they can't help but turn around. When we say copy needs to hook instantly, we mean that your first 5 words should be like a lightning bolt. And the best part, you don't need to be a poet or a copywriter, you just need to think like your audience. Imagine someone scrolling while standing in line for coffee. You've got 1 second to catch them before they move on. Start with the question that I've already, have there in their heads. Like, why are your ads not working? Or ever wondered how influencers afford vacations? These aren't fancy questions, they're real, everyday curiosities. The trick is to mirror the voice already in their head. When people feel like you're reading their mind, they stop scrolling. Another great way to hook is by starting mid story. Think about this line: my ad flopped until I did this one thing. It builds tension and invites curiosity without saying too much. You've opened a loop and the brain wants to close that loop. This is called Zeigarnik effect, where people remember incomplete stories more than complete ones. Your copy doesn't need to explain the entire post, it just needs to spark the reader's right to know more. And let's not ignore humor. A little wit or an unexpected twist in your copy can work wonders. For example, instead of writing best social media tips, how about social media tips so good we almost gatekept them? It's cheeky, light, and makes your brand feel like a real person, not a corporate robot. People want personality, not perfection. Your copy doesn't need to shout, it needs to wink. That little wink of connection is often enough to reel someone in.
Now let's break down why the beginning of a copy matters so much. You've got about 1.7 seconds before someone decides to engage or scroll past. That's shorter than a sneeze. So forget the fluff. Get straight to the drama, the value, or the question. No one has time for, hey guys, so today I wanted to share. Get to the good stuff. Start with what your reader cares about, not what you care about saying. There's a big difference, and it's the difference between engagement and silence. Now, let's talk about tone. Your tone of voice can make or break the first impression. Is your brand playful? Be bold and casual. Is your brand luxury? Be elegant but mysterious. Think about how Apple says, say hello to the future, while a brand like Duolingo says, we know you forgot your Spanish lessons again. Both are great hooks, but they use their tones to build identity. You can write the same message 10 different ways depending on how you want your audience to feel. And those feelings are everything. And then there's power in numbers. Humans love specificity. Instead of saying grow your business fast, say how we helped a cafe grow 240% in 3 weeks. That little number gives your corporate credibility and makes it pop. It also signals value immediately. Numbers cut through the noise. They're like tiny facts that make your message more believable and magnetic at the same time. Even something as simple as 3 ways to get more DM today beats. Tips for Instagram. Last but not the least, your copy doesn't always need to sell. Sometimes the best copy just makes someone smile, laugh, or nod in agreement. That tiny emotional reaction is the start of trust, and trust is what leads to sales later. So, write like you're talking to a friend. Be human, be honest, and remember one unforgettable line is worth more than a paragraph that tries too hard. If you can't get someone to say, that's so me, your job is already half done.
Let's dive into the fun part: real world examples. One of my personal favorites is Netflix One More Episode ad. It showed a simple image of a couch, a blanket, and popcorn, and the only text was just one more. That question is something we've all said to ourselves at 2 a.m. It's not selling features, it's not explaining anything, it's just emotionally true. That's what makes it powerful. In 5 seconds, they connected with your exact feeling, and that's way more impactful than a long list of show names or trailers. Another great one: Zomato once ran a campaign with the line, why cook when you can swipe? Accompanied by a mouth watering close up of butter chicken. The visual pulled you in, and the copy hit you with a question you couldn't argue with. It wasn't trying to be clever or witty, it was just relatable, especially for anyone hungry and lazy after a long day. That line tapped into emotion and offered a solution without over explaining. It's what we call a no brainer hook. And then there's Spotify. Their 2024 Wrapped campaign made waves because they combined data with humor. One of their billboards said, you played breakup songs 72 times on Valentine's Day. Not only did it call users out in a funny, personalized way, it made people feel seen. In 5 seconds, it told a story, made you laugh, and made you want to share it. That's the magic trifecta. Sometimes being bold and playful with your truth is what grabs people fast. Even Apple, a brand known for minimalism, uses 5 second magic. Their iPhone camera ads usually show a stunning photo with one caption shot on iPhone. No specs, no jargon, just the proof. They show, not tell. It makes the viewer think, wait, my phone can do that. And curiosity takes over. That's a subtle but brilliant way to get someone to explore more. Instant visual credibility backed by just a few words can do all the heavy lifting.
Now let's look at one campaign that blew up in the blink of an eye. Swiggy's What Are You Craving notification campaigns. These weren't even ads in the traditional sense. You'd get messages like feeling lonely, we deliver ice cream. It was witty, relevant, and low effort for the user. They weren't trying to educate or convince. They were simply heading on emotion, humor, and convenience. That's the power of micro copy. Even small spaces can create big impact if you shop enough with your words. Let's not forget the Dumb Ways to Die campaign by Metro Trains in Melbourne. It was a public safety announcement that went viral. Yes, viral. For talking about train safety. Why? Because it used quirky animation and a ridiculously catchy jingle. You couldn't forget it even if you tried. In the first few seconds, you were laughing, then realizing what the message was. It hooked people by being dreadfully unexpected, and sometimes that's what you need to do. Surprise them gently. One last one, and this is gold, was a simple Instagram ad by a local bakery that read, if this ad made you hungry, our job is done. It had a drool worthy image of warm chocolate cake. That was it. And you know what? It worked because it was cheeky, honest, and self aware. Sometimes breaking the fourth wall with your audience makes them feel like they're in on the joke. And when they're in on it, they want to engage with it.
Now that we've seen some brilliant examples, let's talk about how to actually make your brand's first 5 seconds better over time. Because let's be honest, even the most creative teams don't get it right in one shot. The trick is to test, tweak, and try again. It's a bit like cooking without a recipe. You add a little spice, taste it, maybe add some salt, and eventually you get the perfect bite. Your hook is the same. You need to experiment until it hits right, just right with your audience. One method we recommend is creating 2 or 3 versions of your ad, each with a different opening, 5 seconds. One might start with a question, another with a bold visual, and the third with a shocking stat. Then you run all 3 ads and see which one performs well. That's called A B testing. But we like to think of it as the taste test for content. It's not about guessing what people will love, it's about putting it out there and letting the audience tells you with their clicks, views, and engagement. Another smart thing to do is watch where people are dropping off. Platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook give you tools that show exactly when viewers swipe away or scroll past. If you see a pattern like they're leaving at the 3 second mark, that tells you your opening isn't strong enough. Don't take it personally. That's valuable data. It's like your audience leaving you hints. They're not saying we hate you, they're saying you lost me here. And once you know where that happens, you can fix it. And lastly, make sure your content works for the right audience. A 5 second hook that works for Gen Z might not work for new parents. A meme might kill it on Instagram but flop on LinkedIn. So, when you test, do it across different platforms and user types. Tailoring your hook to who you're talking to is just as important as how you say it. Remember, it's not about marketing something viral, it's about making it relevant, and small tests go a long way in guiding that journey.
Totally agreed. You know, we often think creativity is this magical light bulb moment, but most great ads are more science than art. Testing helps you understand patterns. For instance, if every time you use a face in the first frame and your views shoot up, that's a cue. Human faces connect. That's not just luck, that's behavioral psychology at play. People react emotionally before they even know what they're reacting to. So, testing isn't just about numbers, it helps you understand what moves people. One tip we often share is don't just test content, test formats. A punchy 5 second animation might work better than a talking head or a text. led reel might outperform a voiceover one. The same message told in different ways can land very differently. We had a client who tested the same offer, 20% off on all services, one in a carousel, one in a meme, and one in a one liner video. Guess what? The meme won. Not because it was funny, but because it got the point across fast. So don't get stuck on one way of doing things. And here's the thing, optimization never really ends. You're not going to hit perfect and walk away. The world keeps scrolling, trends keep changing, people get bored. So, what worked this month might flop next month. That's why we say build a habit of review. Keep checking your metrics, ask your audience for feedback. Sometimes, even a tiny change like swapping the word discount with offer can improve your click through rate. It's those micro optimization that lead to macro results. And finally, don't forget to have fun with it. Testing doesn't have to be boring. Treat it like a game. Create wild versions of your hook. Go dramatic, go silly, go simple, and watch what sticks. If you treat it like an experiment, you'll be more open to learning from the result. Because here's the truth, the audience always tells you what works. You just have to listen and then give them more of what they want in 5 seconds or less.
So, we've reached the end of our session, but before we wrap up, let's quickly take a moment to reflect on what we have learned today about the 5 second rule. In this fast paced world where every swipe matters, the first 5 seconds are your chance to grab attention and make an instant connection with your audience. You don't have the luxury of a long introduction, so those initial moments have everything. Whether you're using powerful visuals, creating curiosity, or evoking emotions, the first few seconds set the tone for everything that comes after. We have seen how brands, both big and small, use different approaches to make those seconds count. There are endless ways to use these techniques. For example, Netflix making us feel like we've all been there. But the key takeaway is that you don't need a massive budget to make a massive impact, whether it's a catchy line, a surprising visual, or a clever twist. Your audience will feel it. You just need to capture their attention and something relatable something relatable, emotional, or downright surprising. When done right, these seconds can make all the difference. Now, as you move forward with your digital marketing strategies, remember that the 5 second rule about making isn't just about making ads or content. It's about framing every message you create to be as attention grabbing as possible. Testing, optimizing, and understanding your audience's needs are crucial steps to mastering this technique. So don't be afraid to get creative, run some experiments, and figure out what works best for your brand. The more you play around with your approach, the better your hooks will become, and soon enough, you'll have your audience hooked from the first second. Before we close, I'd like to remind everyone that this is a recorded webinar. If you have any questions or need clarification on any of the points we've discussed today, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. We're happy to help and would love to engage with you further. And don't forget to connect with Go Digital 360 Degree for all your digital marketing needs.
Yeah, we've covered a lot today, and I think the most important takeaway is this. Those first 5 seconds of an ad or piece of content are the make or break moments. It doesn't matter how great a product is, how shiny your website is, or how many followers you have. If you don't hook your audience immediately, they'll scroll on by and you lose that chance. So, mastering the 5 second rule isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential in today's fast paced digital world. What we've seen, for example, is that there are no one size fits all solution. It's all about testing different formats, understanding your audience behaviors, and trying new approaches until you find the one that clicks. This is a dynamic process, and what works for one brand might not work for another. So don't get discouraged if your first attempt doesn't hit the mark. Keep trying, keep testing, and soon enough, you will find that perfect 5 second hook. As you mentioned, there is a recorded webinar, so feel free to drop your questions or comment in the section below. We'll be sure to answer any questions you might have, whether it's about crafting better hooks, refining your messaging, or even some deeper dive into how the A/B test effectively. We want to make sure you're fully equipped to take these concepts and apply them to your own brand's marketing strategy. So don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help. To sum it all up, remember In a world where attention spans are short and competition is fierce, your first 5 seconds matter. And with little creativity, testing, and optimization, you'll be able to hook your audience right from the start. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget, for more tips and strategies on digital marketing, connect with Go Digital degree. We're always here to help you create content that makes a lasting impact. Thank you.